Okay. Um, in this video, this would be an introductory video to helping you understand the market business model, and I I will try to make this video as convincing to my as convincing as I can to my capabilities also. And as much as I would want it to be convincing, I also would not want it to, you know, be like a press. Okay. So it's your responsibility to listen with an open mind and pay attention to everything I'm going to be saying. Okay. What I have in front of me here is a chart, a Japanese candlestick chart, and majority of you are familiar with it already. Okay, and to a very large extent, your knowledge and your understanding of this Japanese candlestick chart is very rigid rather, to an extent. But for one reason or the other, you do not have the full ability to explain and also engage. Okay, so it puts you in a position of doubt. Sometimes you would have finished your analysis and probably know what is going to happen, but then you're not sure about it. Now, before I even talk about that, let's start from the basic. You see, everything in life always have a reason. I'm this kind of person that believes that for everything that happens, there would always be a reason for it. The reason why you were able to eat food is because a farmer planted the raw material. And the reason why you are able to still eat the food is still because the raw material was processed to consumable good. Okay, so majority of the things in life have a reason attached to it, and I do not exclude the market, this forex market, from it. You see, majority of the times we would be victims of ignorance, and this ignorance would look like knowledge. In fact, you would assume that this ignorance is the right way. Do you understand? Yeah, sorry for that. Now, you would assume that this ignorance is the right way, and you keep on doing and doing and repeating it until you realize that, time would have been fast spent before you realize that you've been doing something wrong all this while. The market business model, which you would be learning, now this class is an introductory video. It is to introduce you to it. It is to show you the things that you would expect for the next 6 months. Okay, because this is a series of classes that I'll be hosting. Okay, so for the next 6 months, this video is going to explain to you what you should expect, what you would be given, and what would also be required of you. Because beyond the giving is also the receiver. The receiver should also have the ability to make use of what he is getting. When you are getting and you do not even know the potential for that thing which you are getting, there is high chances that you would, waste it. And wastage now, I do not mean that you will throw it away anyhow. I'm talking about you can still have in your potential, you can still have in your possession raw gold, but because you do not have the knowledge to refine this raw gold into pure gold, you would become poor and you would most probably die in penury. So the issue for most traders is not that they do not have with them, is that they do not know how to milk that which they have to its full potential. So this video is going to introduce you to things you'll be expecting and what is expected of you, and how you can also milk this class to its full potential. Okay, now I have to zoom in a little bit so that you can see my screen. Yeah, good. I think that's okay. Now, in the first 6 years of my trading experience, in my trading career rather, I spent majority of the time trading conventional methods. I'm talking about support and resistance, chart patterns, triangle patterns, candlestick patterns, and all those kind of things. And I spent 6 years losing massively to this market. I was losing, and I was going deep into debt. Okay, but then it got to a point in my trading career that I got tired of all these old losses. When I check my MT5 history at the end of the week or at the end of the month, it's usually in loss. For the first 6 years in my trading career, I never say I withdraw 1 kobo or 1 naira or a cent from my broker. It's either I'm depositing and the broker is, through commission and everything, the money is gonna be exhausted, or one way or the other, I'm going to blow it through emotions. Sometimes I try to, chase price. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I assume that I know what's gonna happen in price. And what do? I force myself to hold positions that I should have closed. In fact, the position that I'm even forcing myself to hold, the entry was not coming from proper understanding of what this market was doing. I will spend hours in front of the chart. By the time I'm taking a single trade, my account is gone. It's gone. I'm taking massive losses. I could literally go 40 trades in a row. Yeah, and out of that 40 trades, it is only 1 trade that will, go to my take profit, and that take profit would definitely be a take profit that I had closed in fear. Because even positioning my stop loss in the first place was based on just, random calculation. There was not, I could actually have a system then, but I did not have confidence in that system because it wasn't yielding result. The funny thing is that I looked around me, and every single traders who trade that similar concept are experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing. Yes, majority of them would, cover it up in, trying to make it look as if they are not, but trust me, I know. So I'll spend days, nights, working and researching, trying to improve. First of all, I started with candlestick patterns, when they would tell us that, when you see 2 candlesticks or 3 candlesticks, it means something. And I was taking losses because I keep on seeing these candlestick patterns everywhere on the chart. And the moment I place an entry, it's not going to go that way. It's not going to go that way. And then from there to chart patterns, from there to support and resistance, to many things. The first 6 years of my trading experience were horrible. I'm not going to lie to you. Until the day I got fed up. Like, I was literally angry at the fact that I have spent 6 good years in this market. I've wasted millions of naira, thousands of dollars, and I am not even getting anything tangible. I do not have a simple pin, PIN, a pin that I can say I bought with the money I made from this market. So I question, all over the years I've been asking questions, but I think I've been asking the wrong question. So sometimes I'll ask, why is it that this support level failed? Why is it that this resistance level failed? Why is it that this support level failed? How will I know when it breaks and it retests? How will I know? How? So these were unanswered questions. Okay? These were unanswered questions. Unfortunately, the answers I was getting were not the answers that would yield results. If I ask you that I wish to plant maize and you are giving me the seed of, let's say, cassava, yeah, it's cassava to plant. Truly, I am hungry and cassava is still food, okay? But what I desire is maize. So the question I was asking was that why are these things not holding? What is wrong exactly? And the answers I was getting were, okay, sometimes you wait for 3 tests, sometimes you wait for 2. There were so many things. Until that day, I could remember it like it was yesterday. I sat in the middle of my room. I was staying in a single, in a small cubicle back then. And I asked myself, I was in front of the screen just like you are looking at my chart right now. And I asked myself, I said, Chat with Max, or Maxwell rather, that's my name. Have you ever questioned what you have learned? That was the first question. And then while I was ruminating on that question, my attention was drawn to something. And that thing changed my entire trading career till today. My attention was drawn to a swing, like the top of a swing. I think I can't remember, but it was on AUD USD. My attention was drawn to the top of a swing. And it was not just the swing, but the last candle on that swing. Now, mind you, I research a lot. I research a lot. I work a lot. The weekends, I work my ass out a lot. Okay? Now, my attention was drawn to this particular candle, the one on the swing, this particular one. And these were things that I've never been taught. Okay? I've never been, of course, I know swings, I know structures and all those things, but I've never researched to the point whereby I've ever been told that, okay, pay attention to the last candle on the swing. This was from my hunger. Okay, I was hungry enough. Now, when my attention was drawn to this swing, now this is the swing, this candle now, I'm on the daily time frame. Yeah, this is the daily time frame, 1 day. This candle here represents 1 day. Okay, now I asked myself that, inside this single candle, there are hours, there are minutes, and there are seconds candle, yes? So we have 12 hours, we have 2 12 hours, 4 6 hours, 3 8 hours, okay, 6 4 hours, and couple of 24 one hour in 24 places. And in the minutes, we have minutes also. I don't know how many minutes makes up a day anyway, and how many seconds too, I don't know. But I also realized that in fractality of the market, which I also will be explaining to you in our preceding videos, that even though if 12-hour candle, if inside this daily candle we can pick up 2 12 hours candle, now each 12 hours candle can also be divided into two 6 hours, and each 6 hours can also be divided into 2 to 3 hours, and it continues like that. Now, I asked myself another question. I was like, now, let's imagine that we are able to go, lower and lower. We go lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and we went to the last candle. I'm talking about the last candle. Let me change. Okay, I'm not going to change my time frame now because I do not want to destroy what you're learning. So let me hint it this way. Now, look at this. This here, I'm just drawing a textbook explanation. Okay, so that you understand what I'm showing you. Now, this here, I'm sorry. Now, this high here is the highest point in this drawing. Yeah, this is the highest point. Now, let's assume this whole drawing here is a daily time frame. Okay, good. Now, let's now imagine that we went lower and lower, and then we went 1 second time frame. Now, remember that there's going to be a candle here. There's going to be a candle here on the daily time frame, okay, that represents the daily time frame. Okay, so let's assume that this is the last candle we are seeing on the daily time frame. Now we, refined and we went lower to the minute candle, to the seconds candle. That's 1 second candle, and then we're seeing maybe probably something. Hold on. Yeah, good. So we're seeing something like this. Now. On the second time frame, this is the second time frame, and this is the daily time frame here. Okay. Now we left the daily time frame and we started tracking this single candle. And what are we looking for in this single candle? The last candle, the last upper candle. Okay. Now, when we go lower to the 1 second time frame, and this is the 1 second time frame here, and we see that last candle that started that swing, that started this swing here on the 1 second. Now, my question was that who sold that candle? And how did the person know that price was going to start selling? So if we have series of sell candles, for example, in a sell swing now, okay, and then we have selling move, this sell moves here. Now, my question is, there was probably somebody who started the selling from this price, from this point, this highest point. Now, who was the person who sold there, and what did the person know that I did not know? I'm talking about the last candle, like the last price. The high on this candle here, the high is, I think the high price is 0.68239. Now, who sold at that price? And then the person definitely is going to keep on holding. How did the person know? I started questioning myself that at every swing, look at this swing here, it was somebody that initiated this move and the price started moving. What did the person know that I do not know? Look at these two bullish candles. This last one here, it was initiated. There were some people that were already inside this candle already. What do they know that I don't know? So I asked myself these questions, and I begin to realize that, you see, when you try to, okay, I'm going to talk about that later, but this let's focus on the question now. So I keep on asking myself these questions for days. I couldn't find answer until I was like, I couldn't find answer. And then I realized that, you see, this simple task that I gave myself in front of the chart, this simple task of, refining to the last, candlestick and trying to understand what happened at that candlestick so that I can know what to do at every swing point so that I'll enter these moves early. Yeah. This task now exposed me to something, and that is the most critical part of understanding the market business model. It forced me to unlearn every single thing I knew. I had to unlearn support and resistance. I had to unlearn, what's it called now? Patterns and the likes of them. Even, at that period, I was even using, indicators. I had to unlearn these things. And in unlearning them, that was when I began to find clarity in front of the chart. I had to unlearn all these things so that I can let go of the baggages that I had and pick up a new perspective, understanding of the market. Who sold this last candle? Because at the end of the day, back then, if I'm going to trade and I'm waiting for price to, come on, the support and resistance guys in the house knows that this is a break and a retest here. Yeah. Now, why must I wait for this break here and the price retesting, and I'm already entering when price is already moved. I mean, I'm leaving pips on the table here. From this high to this low here, I'm leaving pips on the table. Moreover, this was a level of support here, and it definitely did not hold. If it was support, then why did it not hold? Funny enough, when this retest is coming back here, I definitely don't even know if let's imagine I'm putting my stop loss somewhere here or somewhere here. I'm gonna take massive loss. There is no profit in what I was doing. It was not profitable. The venture itself was not profitable, not even the action. And then I asked myself those questions. Last candle at every swing. Who was there? Who initiated the move? And that was when I went into my, I went into the cave. I'm talking about, I went into myself, I shut the door, and I started researching and started working my ass out, back testing and doing a lot of things. It took me 2 years. Now, everything you're going to be learning in this mentorship are the teachings that I have encountered in front of the screen, in front of the chart over the course of my years, over the course of me learning, over the course of me building the market business model. I realized that I had to let go of all this archaic knowledge and pick up something. I realized that the truth was in front of this thing, this chart, this thing called the chart. That is where the truth lies, not in those things that have been sold, not in those support, resistance, and those things. No, the truth is in what price is telling me. I found this out very early. It took me a long time, before I could start making results. But there is when you find truth and it is truth, you might not have tangible results as evidence to portray or to show that this is the truth, but there is a feeling and an attachment. There is something inside of you that screams that this is the right path to follow. So I started building. I started studying each candles. I started studying each swings. I started studying each time frame. I went as far as researching about every single candlesticks, every single what's it called now? Currencies. I went back to start from learning forex from scratch. Like, what is forex? This is forex. What is pips? I was paying attention to those things. My notes were literally filled. I gave it everything I had because I knew my future was dependent on that. I gave it everything I needed. It's required. And then it started paying me. So this is a walk down on the reason why the market business model, which you will be learning, was created in the first place. Okay? Now, I'll be going to expose to you the corrections, okay, or let me put it this way, the lopsidedness in what you probably would have learned before, and how MBM is different, and how it helps you adjust your knowledge in that area and helps you to understand price properly. Okay, now mind you, like I said, this is an introductory video. You're not learning majority, your learning starts here. Okay, in the series of videos that are coming, I'll start teaching you. Okay, now before I proceed, I also want to say that I am not in a hurry. Okay, and also you should also not be in a hurry. The reason is because I intend to start teaching this from scratch. Like, I'm gonna explain every single thing from scratch. Some of you might already have knowledge or idea of some of the things I would start with, but let me advise you not to skip them or miss them, because it will help rejuvenate your memories and help you build proper understanding of what is to come. When you skip class, you're actually skipping growth. You can't rush process. You have to follow process. Okay. Now, over the course of the years, I've been making profits trading the market business model, which is very, very evidential. And the series of classes that will follow is going to include the knowledge that I have, the things that I know, and how you can use them as a trader to make profits also. Okay. Now, let's proceed. Now, like I said, I'm not in a hurry. So definitely if you're just coming into analysis, let's assume that you just started learning analysis today, yeah, you're definitely going to understand what I'll be showing. Okay, I'm going to start from scratch and I'll build you guys up holistically till we get to the more advanced aspect of understanding price delivery. At first, everything might not make sense, but just like a piece of a puzzle, when you bring the first piece, the second, the third one, it might not make sense. But when you bring the last part, everything now starts painting a sensible picture. It's like an artist. When an artist hold a pen and he start drawing, you might not even know what is in the creativity of that person. But by the time he's done drawing what he wants to draw, the painting becomes a testament to the fact that this person has not been wasting his time. So please pay attention. You are in class, write notes, and make sure that you listen to every single thing that you will be learning. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna delete this. In the conventional knowledge of trading, okay, there is something called support and resistance. Okay, support is when price gets to a low level, it tends to reverse up, and when price comes to, and resistance is when price comes to a high level, it tends to drop. Okay, now most of the times when you see price leave a support region, okay, it's gonna come to that, it's gonna move and move, get to your resistance, but it's not going to start dropping. Instead, it's going to take you out and before it start dropping. Now, this takeout here, they call it fake out. Support and resistance, people call it fake out. Those were, majority of you have been trading a lot of things and you think it's normal. It's not normal. Because why will you tell me that price took me out, continued my way, and you expect me to be okay with that just because you've given it the name called fake out? No, that's wrong. I want to know when price would create a fake out. Can I know that? Unfortunately, you can't know that. That's what they will tell you. You can't. When it happens, it happens. Take your loss and move on. But with the market business model, all this fake out of a thing, is being corrected. Okay, that's why the market business model is 100% correct, and in itself, it is whole. Okay. Another thing that would probably happen at this spot is that when price breaks out here, it's gonna come here, and they would think it would be a retest to continuation. Unfortunately, they might be correct, okay, and then price would retest but take out their stop loss before moving. Now, they were in either scenario, either a fake out or a take out, because this one now they call it take out. Now, in a fake out or a take out, yeah, they were correct, but because of their imbalanced knowledge, imbalanced understanding, they lose this money here unnecessarily. They lose their money. They're gonna lose their money, unnecessary loss, because it could have been stopped if they know what they're doing. So they know what was gonna happen, but unfortunately, they do not know how to engage it properly. And this is beyond trading. This is analysis in itself. In some scenario, they would be wrong. So they would expect that when price comes to, let's say, resistance here, it's going to come to resistance and then start selling. Yes? But unfortunately, it's not going to come to resistance. It will most probably not even get to resistance. Yeah. To just get to somewhere here and start selling. So you can see in either of this scenario, they were not wrong, but they still made loss. They were not wrong directionally wise, but they do not know how to trade. They do not know how to analyze properly, and they keep on losing. Now, the question that you should ask yourself now is that if this place is called resistance, and the definition of resistance is that whenever price comes, the definition of resistance is a level or a zone where price comes to and reject, bounce off it and start selling, then why should price do anything other than that? That's what I'm trying to tell you now. Okay, why should price do anything other than that? And then they crafted another name. They started calling it flip zones. Come on, guys. Those things are wrong. Now, the same thing happens in a support zone. Okay, you see traders try to, hold on. You see them hoping that when price comes to support, it's going to reverse, and start buying. Unfortunately, it's either they experience a fake out, okay, or a take out before price moves. Now, funny enough, sometimes, now in either of these scenarios, they were right. Now let's look at a scenario where they were wrong. Sometimes they will expect price to come to resistance zone and start selling, right? But unfortunately, it's not going to start selling, and it will start going up and keep on going up and keep on going up. You understand? So I realized that in fact there is something they call break and retest also. When price comes here and it breaks, they will expect that it will retest this level, this zone, and start moving. Unfortunately, price will just probably come a little bit and then continue moving. So all these things are the tragedies in trading, some of these concepts, because they do not give you proper understanding of price. Now, if you call it a support level, it should support price reversal. Okay, exactly. Example, this is the current price action, and look at this. I'm going to look at this. Now, you see price taking this level out. Can I know now? Look at what happened. There are two things that happened. I'm going to zoom in. The first thing is that I'm going to put it at that top there. Yeah, at that top here. Now, the first time price came to that level, what happened? It did not touch it. The candle did not touch. Look at this candle here. The candle top did not touch this one here. It didn't touch it. So, and then before it started reversing, it didn't touch it before it started reversing. It did not. And that's a resistance level for them. And then the second time it's coming there, what's happening is it's taking them out. It's taking them out. In either scenario, when price got here and didn't touch it and start dropping, they were right, directional wise. In this scenario also, it took them out and now price is already dropping. They were also correct. But they do not know what would happen. It's like saying, I know something would happen here, but I don't know what exactly is going to happen. You get what I'm trying to say? So the delivery of their results is based on guesswork and luck and chance also. They do not have proper understanding. And this is why they keep on losing and losing and suffering and suffering. And these are the answers that the market business model, these are the questions, puzzles that the market business model gives answers to. Now, when you trade patterns, or let's say, patterns, let's imagine you trade, what's it called now? All those chart patterns, you would need combination of candles, okay, because you need to make meaning for your patterns. Now, for example, this would be regarded as a particular flag. I think this here, they call it, this would be seen as a pennant flag, if I'm correct. I don't trade those things again, but I know that this is a proper flag. I've traded those things a lot of times. Now look at what happened was that now in a flag trading, you would anticipate that when price breaks out of the old move, is going to retest and then continue. You get? Now in this flag, what happened was that when price broke out here, they would definitely think that this drop in here would come to retest and then continue their way. But look at what happened. It didn't do that. Instead, it started selling. Okay? They didn't start selling. They were wrong. You were wrong. If this is what you've been trading, this is why you've been losing. You are wrong. There was no retest and you still take losses. I hope that you're able to see the deficiencies in this. Okay? For example, let's look at another example. This is a resistance zone. This is a resistance, level. Yeah? And the expectation is that, when price takes out the resistance, it's gonna, retest and move. And then when price started coming down to retest, there was no movement. It took them out. It was a total loss. It was a total loss. So in either scenario, either you use both flags or support and resistance here, you're gonna lose. This is a support level here because this low here is a support, yes? So they would anticipate that price would come to this support and start going back up. But unfortunately, what happened? It took them out, went deep down. The same thing happened here in this support level here. You see that takeout? Taking you out before delivery. You see, the funny thing in both, they were not wrong, but they don't know how to trade it. They do not understand analysis because eventually price delivered. But you're not going to hold your cups until you're going to blow your account already. You're going to take those losses already. Now, when price took out this support and it became a flip zone, support turns to resistance, they would expect that there will be a touch, retest, a retest and a continuation. Now, look at what happened. There was no retest. There was no retest. The price started dropping. Okay, so you see, you could cook up scenarios and I will keep on telling you the deficiencies in these scenarios. Okay, the inefficiencies in this scenario. Let's play another example. Look at this high here. This is a resistance zone, and the support guys would definitely be hoping that support and resistance traders would definitely be hoping that price will come there and start selling, or it will break out, retest and continue, or whatever they are thinking. But is it possible for me to know if price would not even get to that point in the first place? Can I know that? Yes. And how do I know that? Through the market business model. Okay? I believe that if you call something a level, the level should function as that thing that it is meant to function, to work as. A very good example, if you say this is a double top and your belief is that at every double top, price is definitely going to start selling. Unfortunately, if we look into price, in majority of the double tops we have here, yes, they do not hold. Okay? They do not hold. It's either it's not getting to this double top or it's getting there, taking you out and then dropping. So what's the problem? Am I the one that is wrong? You know, when I was trading this concept, this support and resistance and patterns and those things, and moving averages and can indicators, I keep on asking, is it my fault? Until the day I realized that yes, it was my fault because I had wrong knowledge about the market. The market business model teach you that patterns don't move this market. Your resistance, your support is not the reason why price would reverse. Okay? The market business model helps you build understanding for price itself. You see, every single candlestick formation, you see from this low to this high, every moves. Now, when I'm talking about move, I'm talking about this bullish move. Good. Every swing, I'm talking about this swing low. Okay. Every retracement, I'm talking about this retracement here. Okay. Every trend, I'm talking about this move here. And every single thing in price, consolidation, trend, otherwise, can be explained through the market business model. You know what you have to do? Listen as I teach you. That's all you need to do. Okay? Don't refine, don't remove, don't adjust, don't edit, don't add, don't do nothing. The way I'm giving it to you, take it and use it. Sometimes you're gonna enter a trade, price is gonna come down, it's not gonna pick you up. It's not gonna pick you up. Then the trade is gonna move massively. What's the issue? Check your MT5 screenshots, your MT4 screenshots. I'm sorry, trading history rather. You've been losing. Now, what are the questions that the market business model answered rather? Every retracement can be known. Do you know that you can tell that this retracement would happen from this very top here? Yeah, I know you might not believe that, but don't worry, walk with me. Do you know you could actually enter this move here from the lowest point? Do you know that you can actually know that this is even where it is coming to in the first place? You can actually know that this retracement here, is coming to this level in the first place. Not even that level. I'm talking about the price point, like the point exactly, like that low. Yes, you can tell that this low, it's not a zone. We don't trade zones here. We trade price. So when you are entering at that price. You can tell that you see this retracement. When it gets to this level, this is where it's going to stop and start reversing. And you can tell that by the time it gets to this level, no, it's not going to reverse again. It's going to continue. You can tell that you see this whole move up here to clear that high is going to happen from the moment this move started here. You can tell what will happen next. Why price is here, you already know what is going to happen. Either it's going to go up there, it's going to come down. If it's going to go up there, take it out or not even reach there at all. You can tell every single thing from this low. See, this is the daily time frame. You can go to any time frame you want and you can dominate price because you understand the fundamental reasoning for price delivery. You do not do guesswork. No, guesswork is not it. You can tell that this consolidation here was going to start the moment price started from here. Yes, you can. You can tell that this is where price is coming to. You see this whole drop, this whole run here to clear this low, you can tell it from the moment it started dropping here. That is what the market business model. And in case you miss any of this, from the top, because sometimes you might be busy and you miss the move, you can still know where price will retrace into and start selling from. Like you can literally be a king on the chart. Yes, it sounds impossible, but that's the thing about the market business model. You want to know why price takes you out, why you hit those stop loss, why you take those unnecessary losses? The market business model is here to answer it. Now, I'm not advertising this to you. I am not advertising this to you. I am not. I'm only showing you the truth. There are thousands of questions in your heart right now. Are you trying to tell me that this red candle that formed inside these two candles here, these two bullish candle, I'm sorry, this, I represent my sell candles as axis color, and I represent my, bullish candle as, white, okay? Because it helps, and that's why I'm using the, black background, so that I don't get eyes issue. Okay. Are you trying to say, Chart It Max, are you trying to say that this down candle here, I can literally know that it's going to happen the moment this candle here is closing? Yes, you can. And I can also know that the next one that will follow is bullish. Yes, you can. I can know that this candle here, the reason why it became bullish is because, and I can explain it and know and trade it and make profit. Yes, it is. In fact, I'm on profit on this particular candle here, massive profit. And I entered from the very, very low. So you can know. Now it's a question of, are you willing to learn? Dear traders, are you willing to learn? I know there are myriads of questions, and that's why I'm telling you that I'm not in a hurry. I'm going to answer all your questions. Okay? Now, the reason why you see my candles, the bearish candle are ashes color and the bullish candle are white, is because, when you get to a certain level in the market business model, you wouldn't need candle to trade. Yeah. You can literally, change all your candles to the same color. Yeah. And you're going to be making money, because candles, as I would teach you, are not the reason why price moves. No, candles are not your problem. Your problem is here, price. That's your problem. So the foundation of the market business model, it's on price. That is the strength of market business model. That's why you can trade news, you can trade on different charts. Yeah, this is the candlestick chart. I can bet you that when I change this to the line chart, or the Heikish chart, or the range bar, or the whatever chart you want to trade, I can literally trade it. Yes, it's not limited to the candlestick chart only. And I'm going to show you proof as we proceed, because price does not change. See, change time frame, change candles, put all the lines. Time does not change, and price does not change. So the reason why there will be a buy here is not because of your candles. Okay? Now look at this support zone. You see, price did not come to that support, and it moved. So the reason why price will move is not because of your support or your resistance. No. There are logical reasoning, and it is not pattern. This market does not move based on patterns. This market moves based on there are fundamental reasoning, and I'm exposing them to you. You can literally call a price point with precision, and it's going to happen. This way the place you called it, this, how do you even know where to put your stop loss? A very good example. Let's imagine that, okay, let's look at this particular one now. This particular one here. Let me delete this now. Let's pay attention to this particular one. Okay. Now, my question is, when price started selling to this support region, and I want to place a long position, let's imagine I placed a long position here. Now, how do I know where I would put my stop loss? How do I know? Because there is nothing below here so you see, when you start counting pips and you say, oh, 2 pips, 10 pips, 20 pips, that's very rough. Because by the time you are using 20 pips to ascertain your stop loss level, how many pips are in a day? Daily pip move. I'm going to teach you all these things in the market business model, so that will help you frame understanding for price. How many pips are in a day that you're risking 20 pips? And on the currency you're trading also. How do I know where to put my stop loss? What is the assurance that when it comes here, it's not going to, break out and do whatever it wants to do? You see, I do not believe that. You see, price delivery is random. I do not know what the next, I do not know how this candle is going to be. This candle, I don't know what it's going to do next. But I can tell you that if it gives me some certain information, I can tell you what it will do next. So price delivery is random. I don't know if it's going to be sell or buy. Okay, but I can tell you that based on what it had given me, I can frame an understanding for price and tell you if it's going to be bullish or bearish, and I'll be correct 90% of the time. Yes, 90. In the market business model, you can be correct 100% of the time. Yeah, I had to do 90% because I don't want you guys to start, thinking this is the holy grail or something. The market business model is all. As we proceed in our teachings, you'll be seeing more of this, okay? So I think I've been able to explain a lot of things about the market business model to you. And you see, how do you know that this is going to be a swing trade so that you can hold? For those of you who are swing traders, how do you know if it's not sensible to start swinging right now? How do you know all these things? What of being a position? What of scalping? All these things are answered. There is no question you bring to the market business model that is not answered. I might not have spoken about everything that is your question right now, but please pay attention that in this free class that I'll be hosting for you guys, this free tutorship that's going to last 6 months, yes, you would have all the answers you need. And by the time you're done, you become a beast in this market. That I'm not boasting based on I'm trying to sound smart. I am boasting because I have results and I know what I am doing. I'm telling you this based on the integrity of what I have seen in this market. My integrity. Everything you'll be learning here, you're not gonna see it anywhere on the internet. Everything you'll be learning here, I was not taught by anybody. You could actually hear my background story. I wasn't taught by anybody. Everything came through. I through diligence, research, pains, study, back testing, and all these things, I was able to achieve all these things. So, dear traders, in the next video, I'll be teaching us. We would go into teaching properly. I think this is sufficient for introduction and help you to brood, to have a ground for what is to come. It helps you know that, okay, you are not here to waste your time. Okay, it helps you know that by the time you're done, you can literally tell why this candle is green, why this one is, you can literally tell why this candle is bullish, why this one is bullish, and why this next one is not bullish or bearish, and the one that now follows is now bearish. Because in candlestick pattern, they will tell you that this is what? This is a doji. And in a doji means indecision or reversal. And look at that. Well, the first candle reversed, but look at what's been happening. Next candles, you're wrong. The truth is you're wrong, bro. You're wrong. If you don't want to be wrong, don't miss any of these classes and pay attention, okay? So I'm going to be dropping the next video tomorrow, as I have said, and I would implore you to please pay attention to these videos. Do not miss any one of them. And you see, I will tell somebody that, I will tell my people that, you see, in the building of a house, the first thing that is being done by the workers is the foundation. They do not just start from the rooftop or from the walls. Now, because you made foundation does not mean that the house will even stand. It is now depending on the quality of the foundation that will make the house stand. So you can have a foundation, but your foundation is not strong. Small flood, the house is collapsed. So dear traders, you see, everything I'm showing to you is a strong, solid, rocky foundation to building your career in this forex market. Please do not trivialize it. Pay attention. Majority of the time, we allow our ego to put us in a position whereby we do not eventually come into experiencing the totality of everything that is in our possession. I've said this when we started. It is our fault. It is our fault because of ego, because of something else. The moment you are humble and you are willing to listen and learn, I bet you the exponential, the way growth is in this market is that you could actually be going very, very slow for the first 6 years of your training, of your trading career. But the first 6 months that you come in contact with the holistic knowledge that can build you up very well, with the complete, pure, and 100% transferable and transformable knowledge, I bet you're going to be different. It's gonna be like sky growth, rocket growth. All of a sudden, you start living all those signals grow. All of a sudden, you shun your ears to things that are not proving themselves that you have been doing before. It's like someone who's converting from an old religion to a new religion. They let go of the former belief. You see, to become 100% in sync, you have to let go of what you had before. The luggage you have carried to my class, drop it at the gate. Drop it at the door. By the time you are now done with my class and you are walking out of that door, I'm telling you with a guarantee assurance that you will look at that luggage, you pick them up and you go and burn them. Yeah, you will reject them. You will throw them away because they don't work. They do not work. The only thing I have seen work so far in this market is the market business model. 100%. You can fake it. You want to be a day trader? The answer is here. You want to be a scalper? The answer is here. You want to be anyone? Traders, it's going to be a long ride from here. But trust me, it's going to be a long, worthy ride. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Do have a wonderful night rest.